Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all very well. Welcome to the Film and TV channel. I just want to wish everyone a happy and prosperous 2021, a safe 2021. Let's hope we can get through this COVID and get it all sorted this year. Obviously, I don't think things are going to be perhaps a little bit harder before they get better, but let's all hope for a healthy and safe 2021. And let's all hope we all look after each other as well. So. Anyway, Happy New Year. Yes, we've got a film review today on my channel, and what a great start. I'll say that now. What a great start to a new year. This is, of all the films I watched last year in 2020, I don't think there's any film that's sort of come anywhere near this, to be honest with you. So there's some great words. I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10 though. You know me, I never give anything 10 out of 10. It's not perfect by any means, but what a fantastic film with a very gritty subject. Yeah, today please join me as we're going to look at a film called The Father. Please push that subscribe button if you're not already done so. And if you do enjoy this, and just tell your friends, that'd be fantastic. I do TV drama reviews and quizzes and information vlogs, lots of different things on here. So if you can do that, it'll be wonderful. And if you do check my playlist, you'll see stuff for my football team as well. I do stuff on there. If you're interested, if you're not interested, don't worry about it. There's enough on film and TV. But if you're interested in football, I do stuff on Manchester City, City history, City present, lots of stuff on there, including quizzes as well on there. So if that's of any interest to you, or perhaps someone you know, if you know anyone who might be interested in that, please point me in my direction. Thank you very much. And there's a couple of links on screen for Facebook and Twitter as well. So if you follow and friend me on there, I do reciprocate. Do check every couple of days and follow and friend everyone back, and I post loads of stuff on there about football, but of course about films and TV as well. So anyway, let's get on with this. The Father, yeah, great start. What a way to start. It's only downhill from now, unfortunately. I can't see things getting much better after watching this one. An hour and 37 minutes. It's great. I think it's rated about PG-13. There's certainly no reason why it should be more than a PG here in the UK anyway. It's a dramatic film co-written and directed by Florian Zeller. He's a playwright from France who adapted his acclaimed play called Le Père from 2012 into this film, which this became his feature film directorial debut, and it's not a bad little attempt actually. And the film stars, Anthony Hopkins in the main role as Le Père or Father, Olivia Colman, Mark Gatiss, Imogen Poots, Rufus Sewell and Olivia Williams. Great cast, and they all do a wonderful job as well. And sadly it follows an ageing Welshman, so he plays his part. He's even called Anthony in the film, who must deal with his progressive memory loss, a form of dementia, obviously, and obviously there's so many different types, isn't there? But this is an interesting look at what happens to this Anthony anyway. And it's scheduled to be released, I'm not sure when you're watching this, but on the 8th of January in the United Kingdom. So I'm not sure if it's streaming or what they're doing with it, but that's its Lionsgate release in the UK. Check your territories. So a man struggles with ageing as his daughter moves into his flat with him, although that's not quite clear at the start, as we will see. She tries to find a caregiver for him, obviously, for her feisty 80-year-old father, as dementia continues to eat away at his memory. So what are the critics saying about this? What are they all saying? I mean, these scores and views are all as at the 31st of December 2020, so New Year's Eve. I've just checked, obviously I had a quick look in the morning, New Year's Day morning, but these are all as at then. So it's obviously December 31st 2020 and January the 1st 2021, so all these scores and views are as at that time. Rotten Tomatoes, it's got an approval rating. Well, here we go, 100% approval rating based on 45 reviews. I think this film was first shown somewhere in January last year, January 2020, so it has been around for quite a while, although it's not had obviously a public release as such. So those 45 reviews comes up with a rating of 8.6 out of 10. Not a bad little score, 8.6 out of 10, isn't it? That's 45 fresh reviews. So there's no rotten on Rotten Tomatoes, just purely 45 fresh reviews. And the consensus reads, led by stellar performances and artfully helmed by writer-director Florian Zeller, The Father presents a devastatingly emphatic portrayal of dementia. It certainly does. Metacritic, the other critic site we like to have a quick look at, it's got a weighted average score of 87 out of 100, 8.7 out of 10, so again very, very similar to Rotten Tomatoes, based on 12 critics' reviews, all positive of course, no mix, no negative, and it scores anywhere between 7.5 is the lowest mark and 10 out of 10 is the highest mark. I've even got to read a 10 out of 10 out because I like the way he put his wording together. But the playlist Gregory Elwood, he was the least liking of it, he only gave it 7.5, which isn't bad in itself. He wrote, despite the efforts of Hopkins and an outstanding ensemble, Zeller can't divorce his feature directorial debut from its theatrical origins. Well, I don't think there's anything wrong in that, to be honest with you. There's nothing. I mean, it's a theatre play. I mean, and it's been adapted for the screen, and I think it's a flipping good adaptation. So I don't think that's a criticism, to be honest with you. The Guardian, Benjamin Lee, gave it 8 out of 10. He wrote, it's a difficult, often quite brutal viewing experience as it needs to be given the subject matter, not only because of the fractured storytelling, but because of the devastating lead performances from Hopkins. Yeah, well said. And the Hollywood Reporter, Todd McCarthy, he gave it 10 out of 10. I mean, nothing's worth 10 out of 10, but hey, he gave it 10 out of 10. And he wrote, the best film about the wages of aging since Amour 8 years ago. I have not seen that. The Father takes a bracingly insightful, subtle and nuanced look at encroaching dementia and the toll it takes on those in close proximity to the afflicted. Yeah, so there you go. Internet Movie Database, the users, what are they thinking? Well, they're not as gushing, which is a shame. I don't think that this ever. I can't understand anyone who would give this less than a 7 or 8, to be honest with you. But it's on 880 scores left. It's scoring 7.5 out of 10. So still an impressive score. But as I said, I can't understand. Obviously, there must be a few scores of 5s and 4s and 3s, etc., which I can't understand for the life of me. But there you go. And you can put a picture of Bambi up there, and someone will put a thumbs down on it, won't they? So it doesn't really matter, does it? Some of the comments, someone wrote, it's something I'll never forget. Someone else, a magnificent work, stagey but also cinematic, well-acted dementia drama, superb acting. So I didn't find any negatives in the written reviews at all on Internet Movie Database. Yeah, and I think you get my little views on this, aren't you? My little sorry about that. Get my little thoughts on this. I mean, this was a great way to begin 2021. I actually watched about 10 minutes on New Year's Eve, believe it or not. I thought, no, I'll watch it as a whole thing. New Year's Day, I knew I'd be up early, so I'll watch it New Year's Day morning, and what a treat it was. I mean, obviously, despite the subject matter, and such a sad subject, obviously, which I have had sort of some sort of connections with and some knowledge of, some very, very minor knowledge, but yeah, it's considering the actual what it's about. I mean, the talent. I think the talent in it makes it, even down to the young Imogen Poots is superb. I mean, all the actors are excellent in this, and it does have a stage feel to it, of course it does, but there's nothing wrong with that, and it's an excellent adaptations. You do get obviously things as you start watching the film. I thought I was a little bit confused myself without knowing too much about it, but at the end of the day, you're looking at the progression of dementia from the actual point of view of the dementia person, obviously Anthony Hopkins in this case, Anthony's disease, and it does work brilliantly because obviously you're seeing timelines repeated and characters changing, and it's absolutely superbly done. There is humour in it, of course there is. It does make you smile at times, a lot of poignancy, of course, as you'd expect. It does sort of finish, perhaps. Not the greatest finish, but perhaps considering the subject matter, I think the finish was all right. I think the last chapter, the last scenes were okay, given the subject matter. It could have been far more darker and sad, if you like. And I think it sort of finishes okay. It finishes on a bit of a high, which is strange to say, isn't it? But it is a film. Now, this is a film that, as you know, you sort of want to watch and listen to this without distraction. I think you want to watch it. As you know, I say this because in the world we live in, if you're not at the theatre with all your phones turned off, etc., it is easy to get distracted. And some films are fine with this. I mean, I enjoy films and can sort of just have a quick check on my phone and do various things while I'm watching a film. But this isn't one of those. Please don't give it your 100% attention, please. Because this deserves it, and you won't be disappointed with what you get out of it. And it's not overly long; it's about an hour and 30 minutes if you're allowing for the credits run time. So it's superbly paced, superbly timed as well. Even though you're a little bit sad when it does finish, but it's just everything about it just well but put together. There's a lot of praise, of course, for Hopkins, Oscar nominations, etc., etc. Oscars being mentioned, and Coleman, of course. But yeah, all the other characters from the, Imogen Poots, etc., all do a great job, and obviously Rufus Sewell and Mark Gatiss do an excellent portrayal of a somewhat unhappy partner, as you would expect. Who's obviously this isn't their father. This is their sort of father-in-law, potential father-in-law, etc., etc. So obviously you do get the selfishness there, and you do get the knowledge of how desperate the daughter, played by Coleman, is, just to have a little bit of happiness in this. And you can appreciate that she feels horrible for her father, but she just wants a little bit of happiness in her life. She's not a young woman herself, so, and it just does show that little sign of it, even though, as I said, it's mainly from Anthony's point of view, but there is a little element of from the daughter's point of view, which is exceptional and very understanding and very clever, very cleverly done. As you know, anyway, summing up, I mean, watch this film. I don't, as I say, nothing ever deserves 10 out of 10. I mean, this is close, but it's not going to get 10 out of 10, because, as I said, it was even this, I thought there's a couple of things that perhaps could have been a little bit differently. But in about 18 months of doing these little reviews here on my YouTube channel, etc., I've never said to you, don't miss it. I don't think I've ever said, please, whatever you do, don't miss this film. And I think I can say this quite candidly about this. It's a film I think you have to watch. Obviously, dementia in all its guises is an awful illness, but the way in which this film tackles it is absolutely superb. And I assume the stage play as well. I'll say I've not seen the stage play. I'm assuming that would tackle it in a certain sensitive, compassionate way like this did, a very understanding way. And it is a film you must watch whether you've had experience with dementia or not. As you say, I have some personal experience of it. So, but it is a film I think you just don't worry about don't be too down on this. I know it's not the greatest time to watch films like this, is it? In sad times, but it is a must watch. It is just a must watch, and I'm sure you'll find it uplifting in parts as well as the sadness, which is, I think, what it's aimed to do. So I'm going to give it my little first recommendation. I've not done this one before. I don't miss it score. This is my first of the year. Hopefully there'll be a few more this year. Certainly didn't really say it last year in 2020, but. So I'm going to give it a don't miss it score. Bernard's score of 9 out of 10. So there you go. How impressive is that? It's almost a 10 out of 10 for me. So, as I said, I'm never ever going to give anything 10 out of 10. I can only think of one thing in my life I would give 10 out of 10 for. And obviously that's something to do with football. But there you go. That's certainly for a film. This is as close as you're gonna get. And the poster, yeah, I mean you see the posters. How can I not give the poster 9 out of 10? How can I not make it a draw? I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, who doesn't want an image of Hopkins and Coleman on the wall? No, whatever guy is. It's a super wonderful poster, and it is. As I always say, it is what it says on the tin. It's about them two mainly, with some great support acts as well involved. So yeah, I'll give the poster 9 out of 10. Of course, I'm going to give the film 9 out of 10. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please watch it. Let me know. Let me know in the comments what you think. You might not like it. I don't know, but I think this is absolutely super. A must watch. A must watch for everyone, even all ages. I wouldn't say particularly. Obviously not young children, but certainly from 11, 12 plus, I would say must watch this. Sit down as a family and watch it. A fantastic film, just superbly done. Anyway, thanks for watching. What are we going to do the rest of the day and the rest of 2021, please? Stay safe, look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. And again, more importantly in this year, let's all look after each other. Until we meet again here on the Film and TV channel, or perhaps you flit over to my football channel. Please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.